If you're driving through the town of Congress, Arizona, population about 50, you don't want to come out here when the wind's kicking up, because when you do, these giant frogs come out. Uh-oh, there's one right there. Population 50 people and 200 giant frogs. He's a vicious looking sucker. I think I better get out of here. Let's go. This is the 2015 Mazda 3 sedan. This is the upgraded Grand Touring S model. In addition to a four-door sedan, it also comes in a hatchback model. Now in the past, Car and Driver magazine has put this on the top 10 list, as well as other publications and websites, and there's a reason why, and I totally agree with them, but I'm getting ahead of myself, so we'll save that for the conclusion of the video. But I can tell you, if you have one of these, you're going to be very, very impressed. Now, before we begin this test, I just want to remind you that this is the same basic car as the more expensive Mazda 6 sedan that costs a lot more. Well, here it's in a smaller wheelbase, sort of like it was stuck in an oven and shrunk. Otherwise, same car, less money. That's a big plus on this. Now we also get the same engine that's in the Mazda 6, as well as the CX-5 SUV. That's the 2.0 liter putting out 155 horsepower, or in this case with the S Grand Touring we get the 2.5 liter engine with the 184 horsepower. It's rated at 25 to 37 miles per gallon. In mixed driving I'm getting around 28 to 29 at the moment. You get two gearbox choices, a 6-speed manual as we have here, or a 6-speed automatic. Now many years ago, if you wanted maximum fuel economy and performance, you got the manual transmission. Today, with the excellent engine management programs and the modern automatic transmissions, that's not really true. Most of today's automatic cars are quicker than manuals, get better fuel economy, and the simple fact is manual transmissions are going away of the horse and buggy. But for you people out there who like shifting yourself, definitely get this one. This is a very smooth, slick gearbox, and it works great with this engine. It just loves to rev to 6,500 RPM. This is a great combination. I didn't miss the automatic transmission at all. If they could only put this engine and this gearbox in that Mazda Miata sports car, they'd have a real package. Now the performance isn't limited to the engine and the transmission. Actually, the whole car is fun to drive. The cornering ability is excellent for an economy car. The steering response and feel is top rated. Oh yeah, this engine just loves to cruise. Woo! And the brakes stop absolutely perfect. If you've ever driven a German sports sedan like a BMW 3 Series or Audi A3 Series, this is the closest you can get for less than $25,000. Well, 26. Now, unfortunately, there is one little thorn in the side here. As you can see, the sun is reflecting the dash and the windshield. It's all over the place. There you can see the speaker reflecting in the dash. This gets very annoying when you're driving on a sunny day, and there's not too much you can do about it. The Germans eliminated this problem a long time ago. I think the Japanese need to work on this a little bit. But hey, if you live in Alaska, I guess it won't be a problem, right? I'm sitting in the back seat, obviously, and there seems to be lots of headroom back here. If you're under 6 feet, there won't be an issue. And here you get the view of the interior, which is well done. Nice materials and workmanship. But 85% of this car is made in Japan, so I would expect that. Okay, as far as the rest of the interior, a very simple gauge cluster here. Controls on the steering wheel, easy to use. Very simple climate controls. 2 knobs and a few buttons. You won't have to look at the owner's manual to see how to use that. Now this is the deluxe model that has all the options. So instead of simple radio controls, we get this knob system with navigation button, the entertainment button, on and off for the volume, all connected to this screen here. Now, at first use, I'm going to tell you right now, this is a pain in the butt. It took me 2 hours to program my radio stations, and it's probably going to take you about the same amount of time, but once you get over that hurdle and practice with this, it's not too bad. Storage wise, we get a nice big glove box. Storage console is barely big enough to hold a wallet. That's because they want to put the cup holders here, the little knob here. And my goodness, we're still putting emergency brakes here. Come on, guys. What is this, 1970? Now, on the positive side, Mazda gave us a nice map pocket on the passenger side. Handy for putting that owner's manual, taking it out of the glove box so you have more room. But for some strange reason, we don't get one on the driver's side. Are we trying to save $2 here? Haven't figured that one out. On the deluxe car, we get a little screen that pops up that reads the miles per hour in the dark and sometimes in the daylight. And it's right there. Interesting, but I don't think it gives any more information. I'm going to have to look through the owner's manual again. That breaks going to cost a lot of money to replace. For all UFO people, I see a flying saucer out there. Where is it? There it is. Living proof flying saucers exist. Now, in daily driving, the ride is fairly comfortable, but does generate some road noise on rough pavement, as we see on these railroad tracks. I didn't feel it, but definitely heard it. Yeah, just drive right in the middle of the road. And this engine does love to rev. Go, baby. Now, this vehicle had the optional high output headlights, so we'll take a look and see how these perform in the dark. Okay, here we have the high beams on. Lots of light stretching out there. Very good. Low beams, very bright, but we have a lot of cutoff. So if you're driving on back roads with wildlife, you might want to keep the brights on as much as possible, but otherwise more than adequate for city driving. When driving up close, say around 35 feet, you can see how the lights ride low to the ground. Now, one feature I did like about the headlights is that they swivel. The steering wheel goes to the left, the headlights go to the left. Vice versa with the right, which works great on country roads, which unfortunately I don't have time to do. You can see how they swivel here, going way off to the left. Very good feature to have. By the way, driving this vehicle, another feature I like, if you watch my videos on other vehicles, one of the items I've complained about are these super wide rocker panels we find on cars and all these body panels that get dirt and mud on the body and on your pants. Not a problem here. This is narrow enough that we don't have too much in the body panels to get on your pants. So if you live where it's rainy or muddy, this will not be a problem for you. The base price of a Mazda 3 runs around $18,000. This was loaded up with all the goodies, so at $26,000. Still, if you're looking for an economy car with BMW type performance, this is definitely one of the best four-door sedans on the market. I really like this car. It's a good one. Now, if you're looking for a car that's slightly different, or you're looking for more horsepower, the Kia coming up might be for you. We'll take a look at that one now. Now, I didn't do too much research on this car before I got it. I just know that a lot of dealers have these on the lot starting at $15,000. So when I saw the price sticker of $27,100, I went, wow. But this is the upgraded SX5. This starts at $21,890, and we had some option packages, a premium pack at $2,300, things like driver's seat memory, power adjustable driver's seat, heated rear seats, blah blah. A technology package for $1,900. But this is what gets me. $95 for a cargo mat and $115 for carpeted floor mats. I mean, come on. Do you think that should be included in the $4,000 in options here? Oh well. Now the base Kias get a 1.8 liter engine putting out 148 horsepower. On this model you have two choices. A 2 liter putting out 173 horses at 25 to 33 miles per gallon. But I had the 1.6 liter turbo putting out 201 horsepower, rated at 21 to 29 miles per gallon. And it's hooked to a 6-speed automatic with paddle shifters. Now all of my driving was done in town expressways around 65 to 70 miles per hour, and I averaged around 27 miles per gallon, which I think is going to be the peak on this power plant combination, which isn't really bad considering the power. Now I'm sitting in the back seats and there's lots of headroom back here. Also give you a view of the interior. The Koreans have been copying the best features of Japanese cars for a while, so there's very few complaints to look at here. Adequate storage room in the rear, and the seats do fold down. The paddle shifters are on the steering wheel where they belong. Control buttons on the steering wheel are easy to use. A very nice gauge cluster. Very simple radio navigation controls. Knobs and buttons the way they should be. Again, simplicity with the climate control. You won't need the owner's manual to understand this. A decent sized glove box. For some reason that baffles me, we're still using this emergency brake here when it should be somewhere else, so it cuts out the room for a larger console. Ooh, someone left some money in here, lucky me. Now, all of the car magazines have been complaining about the horrible steering in this car, but I don't see any issues. It's just another front-wheel drive. At least we get good power. Woo! Decent handling. Nice firm brakes. Now this is not a high-performance sports car, but it is a peppy small car, and very impressive considering it started out as a $15,000 economy car special. Pleasant to drive in daily commuting. Now one gripe I had with this Kia is a gripe I've been finding in lots of Kias, and that's how the dash reflects in the windshield. When the sun's at a certain angle, you can see along here. This is very annoying, and other manufacturers have learned how to do away with this. I think someone at Kia needs to do away with this. I can't believe this. I just washed and waxed this Kia, and I've got muddy cat paws all over the roof and the sunroof too. The neighborhood cat's at it again. I'm going to catch him tonight. Alright, it's about time for that cat to come out here. I better catch him on my car. So you're the one putting mud all over my car, huh? Yeah, you. Say goodbye to the camera. Smile, you're a movie star. Vicious eyeballs. Now the optional technology package option that we got on this car includes some high output headlights. So I thought we'd do some night driving and see how they perform. Now here we have the headlights on high beam. As you can see, they put a wide view of light out. And here's the low beam. Nothing spectacular, but more than adequate for night driving. So I give a thumbs up. Okay, our driving test is complete on this vehicle, and overall I think it's a very nice one. I enjoyed driving it, very pleasant in day-to-day commuting. But then again, keep in mind I had the upgraded model with everything on it. I'm sure the base model has a slight loss in performance and might not be as fun to drive. But hey, for 15-16 grand, it's probably worth a look too.